And it says we're live. How's it going tonight? Merry freaking Christmas. Drop the join link in the chat. So it's a Hammercast Merry freaking Christmas party. I don't really have a whole lot of topic and stuff planned for tonight. I just figured we'd shoot the breeze, tell some Christmas stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fun, the games. Where are you at in life? What's happening? Because Christmas changes a lot. Holiday season changes a lot as you get older compared to when you're young. What's going on? I see we actually got a viewer. Pop in if you want. Like I say, we're going to tell stories. I literally don't have a lot planned. It's going to be interactive, so I want people to join. Kind of do a fireside chat, tell some stories of Uncle Bentley, some fun, some good, some bad. Remember what it was like when you were a kid? All excited, could hardly go to sleep Christmas Eve. Staying up late, can't get to sleep, trying to sneak out and catch Santa and see what's going on. See if you can, hunt around before Christmas, find out what your presents are. Then you get older as an adult, and it's like, the shine kind of wears off. Glory, glory, haha. Well, I don't know. Where are you at? Where are you at in life? What's going on with you for Christmas? So, got guys at various places in my community. Some people are really happy and excited for it. A couple guys are not. So we'll talk about some of that. Some of my Christmas horror stories, kind of fun, funny, whatever you want to call it. The being a step parent and not being able to buy the right things, and no matter what you got was wrong, and the horror and the nightmare of that. Yeah. So I didn't have a whole lot to prepare for this one. I didn't know what to do. Figured Christmas time, I don't want to get into anything serious. Have some fun. Next week, between Christmas and New Year's, we're going to talk goals. Trying to figure out what they are for the new year, what you want to accomplish, where you want to get to, your plan. What's your plan? How do you break your goals down into steps and stages, and how do you get there? Like I say, tonight's going to be kind of short, somewhat short, kind of about fun. Hang out, have a good time. Are you going home for Christmas? Are you going home with your family? What are you doing? I did mine with my family last weekend. It was rather interesting. A little bit too much to drink. People sitting around, brothers, sisters. I'm older. I'm single. So I'm just dating. So Christmas is going to be kind of mostly by myself this year. Maybe go over, have lunch with mom, have fun, and kick back there for a little bit. It's been freaking cold here, so it's supposed to be nice on Christmas. So I'm going to probably enjoy some outside time, go skating or something like that. Maybe sit outside in a lawn chair, smoke a cigar, relax, enjoy life, blah, blah, blah. Did you get yourself a Christmas present? What'd you get? I got myself a big old goal for next year and putting a plan together. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. Ain't that a fact? Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. So yeah, that's what it is. Merry freaking Christmas. I was going to get my Bah Humbug hat. I couldn't find it. So, like I say, I dropped the join link if you want to come in and join, but what's it like, I guess, is kind of a question. So if we've got any dads out there, especially if you're a dad of like younger kids, what's it like to do all that? Because I never went through that. I never got to do that. So I'm kind of curious what that's like from that perspective. I can tell some horror stories of life as a stepdad, for Christmas, which was never fun because I got the list of the things that they wanted, went out and got what was on the list. Well, they changed their mind from the time I got the list till the time they opened the present. So what I got was wrong. How do you win that one? That was fun. I don't know. Just trying to think. So 30 years on the road as a truck driver. I missed a couple of Christmases, was away. I spent a Christmas on the beach in Galveston rather than at home. which it was cold at home. So that was all right on one hand, but not great to not be with the family for the other. What is it about for you? Largely for me, that's what it is. Christmas is just being with my family. I hate the whole Hallmark holiday. Spending a fortune, buying everybody a whole bunch of gifts, trying to get the right thing. Seems like nobody's ever truly excited or happy with what they get. Personally, I don't know. I don't care. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. Friends, family, spending time with each other. That's mostly what is important to me. Everybody has their thing. You traveling for it? Where are you going? You doing the nightmare of Christmas shopping? So what I started was a few years ago was, if you haven't told me what you want for Christmas by the end of November, congratulations. That's exactly what you're getting. Nothing. Because I'm not going shopping in December. I'm not big on spending a lot of time with people in malls and that sort of stuff. Been there, done that. Been in big malls in big cities all across the country before Christmas. And I like people watching. Watching the commotion and the racing around, fighting over what they're going to get for the presents or not being there, that sort of stuff. I find that rather entertaining. To me, that's just it's better than any movie. That's pure comedy gold. So, cool. Jaron staying on in the background, right on. Merry Christmas, Jaron. It's going to be a lot nicer in Mexico, I'm sure. Or are you north for Christmas this year? Hopefully you are with your family. If not, enjoy the nice weather in Mexico and have fun down there. Kind of curious, what is Christmas like in Mexico? Never been there for it. Was thinking of maybe going this year, but didn't have anybody to join me. So things just didn't work out for plans. So I'm going to be home this year. But, okay. Jared's heading to Washington. It'll be cold. It certainly will not be Mexico City. You got that right. That's good. Enjoy your time with your family, buddy. It's good to hear. Good to hear. Like I say, I dropped the join link already. It's up in the early part of the chat. I'll maybe drop it again if anybody wants to call in and join. Like I say, tonight's just a hangout, literally. I didn't want to make any kind of serious subject a few days before. I was going to pull out a bottle of whiskey and have a couple of drinks. I'll probably do that on the after show. So you're going to want to join that. It could get fun and entertaining. I don't drink very much anymore, so it doesn't take very much to get me tipsy and have fun. So Mexico City is quiet. Everybody leaves the city, headed to their hometowns. No traffic. No traffic in Mexico City must be awesome. That place is a zoo most of the time. So that's got to be pretty cool to see. See a big city like that slow down. So that'd be rather interesting. I've never done the airplane flight home for Christmas. So I don't imagine that's any fun. All kinds of travel and whatnot. Mind you, I'm from Canada, so up here, Christmas is a much bigger deal. I found spending time in the U.S. than it is in the U.S. It seems to be Thanksgiving's a bigger deal than Christmas down there, where here it's the opposite. It's the other way around. So I always found that kind of interesting. That just a bit of a different thing on it. And everybody's traditions are different. I get a kick out of that. I know for us growing up on the farm, we went out and cut down our own tree and had a real tree in the house. Always smelled nice. That was great. Christmas was good as a kid. All the family, everybody around. We always had a big meal and lots of fun. And it was the one day we didn't have to do a bunch of extra chores. We never had to clean the barn that day. That was always just feed the animals, and that was it, the bare minimum. So that was kind of fun. Christmas in the city was a little different. Is a little different. Christmas as a single guy is different. One thing about it, I have nobody to let down with my gifts this year, so that's kind of a bonus. So you can call it bah humbug, whatever. There's a bonus side to it. The stress of all that. This is a stressful time of the year as well. A lot of guys are, dealing with the hard part of it. The making everybody happy, making ends meet. Economy is in a tough place, so guys are struggling. If you're having struggles or whatever, come on and let's have a chat. what are the other things you're doing to get over it? Have you, did you get yourself something for Christmas? What did you get? So it's a little early. I guess you can't really say what you got your significant other, or your kids, or your loved ones, but hopefully everything is all good and you have everything ready for the meal and going to do all that. I guess, I'm going to do a cigar on Christmas Day, kick back, relax. Just kind of looking at some comments, kind of a little lively tonight here. Pretty good for the number of guys we got. Like I say, if you guys want to pop on and join, yeah, well, spending Christmas alone, it can be depressing. Make the fun of it. Oh, cool. This will be interesting.
Hey, I figured. Good. I figured I'd just join rather than keep going in the chat. Might be a little easier.
Yeah, like I say, I didn't prepare a whole lot for tonight. I just figured we'd have fun. Didn't want to have a serious subject a couple days before Christmas. So,
yeah, I think everyone's kind of in that mode right now. I know that Moff took a couple of weeks off from his stuff. I think Rich is going to take a week off. So I realized too, I've been burning the midnight oil these last few months in my professional life. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll pop in and shoot the shit with you for a little bit, and I'm going to take next week off too. Right
on. So when you heading to Washington?
I'm heading on Friday. Okay. I mean, it looks like I leave here at 2:55 in the afternoon or so, but I have a layover in Minneapolis, and like guys are saying, the weather down here is so nice. Although it gets cold at night. I got sick lately because it's like 75, 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, and at night it drops near down to freezing. I don't see any snow in the mountains yet, but usually we'll get a bit of snow in the higher altitudes. We're about 2 miles above sea level already. Yeah. So it's cold for me now. Like I close all the windows. I'm cold in my house, but it's probably like 55 degrees. So looks like it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit in Washington. So that'll be really nice. In Minneapolis, hopefully we don't get hit by the storm for my layover. I've had to spend nights in cities that I don't know too well before in the past. So just fingers crossed.
There you go.
What are you doing? Hanging out?
I'm just hanging out. Hanging out in Alberta. It's freaking cold. This week has been canceled due to lack of enthusiasm. Our high yesterday was -32. Today's high was -31. Is that
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
That's Celsius.
Either way, oh my god! Either way, it's
freaking cold. Yeah, yeah. I let my dog out the other day, and when I let her out, I always leave the back door open like a couple of inches, and she sticks her nose and opens the door and comes in when she wants. And so I was down there, and she was crying. I'm like, "What are you doing?" So I opened the door, and she's standing there with two of her feet in the air. She was so cold she couldn't take any more steps and move to get herself in. It is brutal, but it's supposed to warm up
to zero.
My phone is flashing extreme cold warning, and actually was talking to a guy not far from where your family is in Washington today. He told me, he says, "Would you come down here and get your weather? I don't want it anymore."
Oh, is that one of our guys? Is that one of our top 10% guys?
Yeah. He was saying it was pretty cold down there in Idaho. So. But
yeah, it's freezing. My brothers are both out there, and I hear them bitching all the time. Although I don't know why no one else in my family decides to move to warm places. Like I did it when I was 18. The model is kind of set on how to do that successfully. But it is what it is.
Maybe next year I'll join you in Mexico for Christmas instead of this stuff.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I keep telling my family every year because I forget how truly cold it gets up there because it's all relative. Like when I grew up, it didn't really feel that cold. But once you leave and then you go back, you realize, oh my God, yeah, it's really cold. But I always tell my family, hey, let's do Miami or Mexico or Hawaii. And every year, like, yeah, that'd be an awesome idea. And then we just never end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's supposed to warm up here by Sunday, though. Like Sunday is supposed to be 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So,
oh, that'll be nice.
What a swing. It's going to. Yeah,
you'll get the opposite of a white Christmas. Everyone everywhere else wants a white Christmas, and you're just like, God, I just want it to not snow and be cold.
I want to stand outside and not freeze my nuts off. Literally,
that's insane. Do you plan on staying in Alberta for the long term? Like I assume the cold's fine enough for you. Otherwise, you would have gotten the hell out of there. Or are you looking to make the? I'm
looking to get out. That's why I'm trying to build a location independent business because I'm looking to get out of here. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket and then some. My morning routine, I get up and do my thing in the morning. I watch YouTube videos. I watch entertaining YouTube videos while I do my exercise bike.
Yep. And
there's a guy, unfortunately, my internet's not real great here. So if I was to bring it up and play it, which I wanted to, it might crash my StreamYard and kill the live feed. But
It screws
There's
up Rich's internet too when he does that. I
Yeah.
think the last couple of casts we've been on, he had those issues.
Yeah, but there was a guy today that was showing something of. So for those who aren't in Canada, and even those who are, the Bill C-21, the gun ban, the Liberals are trying to push through. They've extended it from, it was supposed to be handgun freeze. Now they've extended it and added a whole bunch of long rifles and hunting rifles. And they specifically named, there's like 400 guns that they specifically named. And the research that this guy, he's got a YouTube channel. Check him out. It's called Clyde Do Something. I don't even know the guy, but he's funny. He's hilarious. I get a kick out of him. He does a lot of Canadian politics talk stuff, and he's got a funny angle on it. So the thing today was I think it was a Cebu or Serbu, and it's specifically named. It's the Cebu or whatever butt gun. When you go and look at it, in the US, when you design a firearm, you have to actually register it with the ATF because it's a designed firearm, right? So there's only one of these guns in the entire world. And it was originally called the concealed gun or something like that. And it was nicknamed the butt gun because the idea was it's a single shot 22 long rifle designed to be concealed in the butt, hence the butt gun.
Oh,
and
okay. Like prison style butt concealment.
I don't know why you would make something like this. I didn't make it, but it was made as a joke 20 some years ago.
It's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, but let me pull it out of my ass first. That's a joke. YouTube censors. Just
yes, exactly. It's a joke. You know, hey, I'm not monetized. If they pull me, they pull me. I don't care. What am I losing? Nothing. I'm getting some time back.
Yeah. I think when you're smaller, you get more leeway. But once you hit that 1,000 mark, then you'll start getting alerts like, "Oh, this contains a controversial topic, and you shan't talk about this."
Exactly. So, but the whole idea is that this gun is specifically named. So when you look at it on the surface, it's funny because it's a gun designed to be concealed in your butt. Mm-hmm. It's a single shot 22 long rifle. But meanwhile, the Liberals are all saying that this gun ban is about assault style weapons that are designed to kill the most amount of people in the least amount of time. So
there's more efficient ways than guns to do that, by the way.
There is. But how does a single shot, only holds one round, conceal in your butt, literally takes like 2 minutes to get it out, get it ready, and fire? How does this qualify as an assault style weapon? It assaults the perpetrator more than the victim in all reality. So, and that was the comedy part of it. The scary part.
That is hilarious.
The scary part is there's only one of these in the world. The guy who made it. Mm-hmm. So where did they come up with the gun and get the name and name it on the list?
Yeah, you'd think someone would have to test it out, right? Like someone that works for the government.
So how does the Liberal government in Canada come up with a single gun that the guy who made it still owns it? It has never left his possession. But of course, since he designed and built this firearm, it's registered with the US ATF. But yet the Canadian Liberals have the name of this gun. So don't tell me they don't share databases. That's the scary side.
One world government. Yeah, we're heading there. Canada,
when you have a brain and you can
stuff.
Yeah. When you have a brain and you can put two and two together, it goes, that's not quite so funny anymore.
But I'm assuming Canada's probably a lot like California. When I lived there, they had the California roster, and I remember you can still buy firearms. They have all sorts of weird restrictions. You can do, I believe it's a 9+1. And you have to have like a little red dot on if the safety's on or not. And there's all sorts of weird design specs they have to do. So it's entirely political. So what a lot of these manufacturers do, they'll get on the roster, but it's such a pain in the ass for them to do it, or it severely affects the functionality of the weapon to where they won't add newer models to the roster. So I remember like certain guns, I believe it was like a Glock like Gen 3 or something, or whatever I was looking at for handgun. Back at the time I lived there, I remember looking on the roster. I was like, well, they don't have the current generation, but they have like 2 generations back. And then I did research. Okay, let me check this out. Turns out they had all sort of safety issues, drop safety issues, misfiring issues. I'm like, okay, so it's actually less safe to have this California roster because like anything, like in marketing or software, like there's bugs, there's kinks that you're always reiterating, you're always redesigning and re-releasing new models to account for these things. But in California, there's guns on the roster from years ago, and you're like, well, this isn't the safest option. I don't feel safe with these guns on the California roster, which is really funny. Which tells you it's kind of like anything in that ideological camp. It's not about safety; it's about control. No. And
yeah. And ironically, bringing that up, funny because when I was 12, I got a gun for Christmas. So there you go. Farm kid in Saskatchewan, everybody gets a 22. You go shooting gophers and squirrels and stuff like that. So it's just, it's just the whole thing is, to me, it's hilarious. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I've befriended a couple members of the military down here, so we're trying to get a legal channel open to where I can get guns in the hands of gringos.
Okay.
And so I was like, hey, so what are the options? Like, what does the Mexican military use? And one of the girls, she told me, and then her husband's the one that can like sign off on the permits, or whatever. I'm still in talks about that. It's not official or anything, but there's a lot of tension towards the gringos these days. And there's people predicting that the U.S. and Mexico will get into some political bullshit at some point. There's enough of us down here. I was like, well, you know what? Like, it's funny when people bitch about immigration in other countries, like when Americans or Canadians or expats come down, you're like, all right, we don't have a political voting bloc. We don't have any rights. We can't legally protest. We have no rights that are afforded that if you go to the US or Canada or anything of that nature. So if things get nasty, which, they do anywhere in the world, not just the US or Canada, figured, okay, well, it might not be a bad idea to have at least access to firearms legally if I need them. And turns out a bunch of them, they're getting down there like it's kind of Central America is kind of the same way. They get like a lot of the surplus or the old stuff from the US. So I guess they have a bunch of Berettas down here, like those Gulf War Berettas that people used to bitch about that would drop and get jammed in the sand. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, I can get me one of those.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know, all the fun and games. It's just, I find this stuff hilarious. The irony of the whole situation.
I've taken the attitude lately just to laugh at it. Like I live a fantastic life. Even recently, I'd still get into like the political debates, or I'd go in the forums and I'd get pissed off and, oh no, this is messed up. I can't believe this guy's doing this, or I can't believe Biden's doing that, or Trump said this. And now I'm just like, fuck it. Don't care. It's just all funny. I view the world how the South Park creators do. It's all laughable. It's all funny. It's all satire.
It's better when you live life through the satire lens. Yeah, it's just easier.
Just laugh at everything. Like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. So, right on. So, how's the new business going? The new job?
I've got a couple new contracts. They all kicked off at once. It's really weird. Like when it rains, it pours. So I had a down period for a couple months.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Got brought back onto a new contract, and then immediately had a couple other guys hit me up to be an advisory role for a startup in the Bay Area. And then a good buddy of mine's like, hey, I need a fractional CMO, but turns out they need like product design and development and UI UX type stuff. So all sorts of different skill sets. It's going to take a lot more time and energy than I originally committed to it. So now it's just a balancing act. And then of course with my stuff, I want to start creating digital products, and my channel's consistently growing. You'll notice this as you get going. It's really hard to get from like 100 to 200, but it's easier to get from 200 to 300. Once you hit 1,000, then it's a lot easier to get from 1,000 to 2,000 than the first 1,000. So I'm starting to see an uptick. It's consistent day over day, month over month growth. Good. And it's a compounding effect. So eventually I want to get some digital products out there, but yeah, for me, it's just a time management thing. It's years ago, this is a good problem to have, but years ago, especially, you'd probably been at points in your life where you don't have much going on. You're like, God, what do I do today? And now it's just like, what am I not going to do today? Like everyone wants a piece of your time, and everything's urgent. And I'm just like, all right, well, I need some me time. And luckily I've done enough development where in the past, in these types of gigs, people are like, oh, well, I work all night and you can't take a break. I'm like, no, I shut off at a certain time. I'm on at a certain time. I usually work 8 to 8. So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 8 p.m. I'm off, same thing, play the guitar, maybe have a girl over, cook dinner, go to bed, do it all again in the morning. So so that's one thing I'm learning. It's time management, and then really learning how to say no and hold those boundaries with people. And again, it's not people that are annoying me. They're people that want to do business with me, that want to do cool stuff together, but just like, hey, like I need some me space.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. Yeah. Just kind of curious, do you use anything like a scheduling software or anything like that for managing your time and planning that out?
Yeah, I need to figure out how to sync them all. I have 4 different calendars right now. they're on all different devices, all different environments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on one second. I got to check and make sure. No, I'm good on that one. No, I'm good on that. No, I got something on this one. We'll have to do it here. Oh no, that doesn't work. Yeah.
Well, that's what got me to the computer. I think someone texted me like, "Hey, what do you look like at 4 p.m. tomorrow?" I'm like, "Well, on 2 of my calendars, I'm pretty free, but I think on one of them, I might have a meeting, and I don't remember what device it's on. I have a computer here. I have this computer, my cell phone, and then I have I have another calendar for like social stuff, friends and girls, and going out.
Yeah.
So I need to make some space for that in my life.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
All right, yeah. If someone else in the background, I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and pop back into the audience. I got to get some stuff tied up, and then your
man.
post goes here in like an hour or so.
What's that? Yeah, it'll be about something like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm not going to go real long tonight. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot prepared. Tonight's just fun and games, but got some fun stuff afterwards. So, like, for those that aren't members of the channel, you might want to join because we're going to do some fun stuff. We've got some announcements later on our chat after, so that's going to be some fun stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pop on the post show. I got to tie some stuff up. It's you know this too. Before you travel, especially in your trucking days, like before you hit the road, and God knows how long you're going to be gone. I'm only be gone for 5 days, but with the weather so shitty like it is, and airlines to get a flight to go back to the States, it was like trying to plan a trip to Japan or Europe. It was insane.
Really?
The costs are so inflated. Yeah, I'll say what I spent. I spent $1,600 for a round trip flight from here to Spokane, Washington. That's a $488 flight. Previously, the most I ever spent on it was $660, I believe. And at that time, and that was last year, I'm just like, whoa, it's way too high. Flights to Mexico still $50, $100 round trip. So I'm definitely every time I go back to the U.S., I always say it. It always reconfirms my fact that I'm glad I left the U.S. I do miss it because when you're away from your host culture, you start to romanticize it. It's like when you get out of a relationship, you start to see it through rose-colored glasses and hindsight, and you only remember the good things and not the bad things. Yeah. Like the $2 gas when I lived in Texas and the 500 horsepower muscle car and big wide open highways and all the food, and then you go home and everything's inflated to go to Taco Bell. It's like $20. I went to Popeyes when I was in Miami last year, $50 for 2 people to eat at Popeyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Gas is like $5. Airfare to go in the $1,000 for airfare round trip in the U.S. is insane. It's never been that high ever.
Canada's crazy like that. We have no competition up here. So and our favorite saying with our national airline or whatever you want to call it was started by the government anyhow, Air Canada. Our joke is their tagline is we're not at Air Canada where we're not happy until you're not happy.
That's a good one. And I think, that shit's starting to trickle down to Mexico because I heard something the other day. There's like 2 million illegal American immigrants down here. Someone, because I've been busy building my network in Mexico too, because all right, there's a big expat community. I want to be the top 1% of the expat community. I don't normally hang out with them, but if I'm tucked in with, Mexican people in power and I'm the gringo that can get shit done, then, that might work out well for me. There's 2 million of us down here now. So that's a sizable population. That's, that could at some point be a political voting block or, exactly that. But a buddy told me the other day, he's like, there's like 2 million Americans down there. Only like 8,000 of them got their legal residency in the last year. I'm like, all right, I'm one of them. It's like, I'm legal. Yeah. They're starting to deport Americans. Like, the world is upside down. It's backward, upside down, inside out. It's just 10 years ago. Can you imagine that in the U.S. or Canada? Like Mexico's deporting Americans. All right. Clown world, but I'm loving it. But I'll let you get on with your show now. I'll see you in the post chat.
Okay, buddy. Good catching up with you.
Hey, take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Merry Christmas. Merry freaking Christmas.
Merry freaking Christmas, you filthy animal. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just hanging out, having fun. Like I say, I figured I didn't want to plan anything hard or big, heavy subject tonight. It's just fun hanging out, tell stories,
Far too much serious shit this time of year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
I'll quick hop on and wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and everybody out there. John, everybody. Mr. Stefan.
Yeah. You were saying Microsoft Outlook for scheduling, huh?
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah,
that's what I use. I was one of those guys like pen and paper. I tried everything. And Microsoft Outlook it works for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. But give it a go.
Have to take a look at that. You betcha. Yeah. So, how about you, Chris? Any Christmas horror stories? Let's have some fun.
I had a long chat last night with somebody.
Uh-huh.
and it brought back some memories of a few years ago, and I won't discuss it publicly.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Buying for, I won't say it, but
Okay. Let's go. Any funny Christmas horror stories?
oh yeah, this year's going to be probably a funny horror Christmas story, to be honest, but trying to make the best of it,
There you go.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Never even thought of that. Should have asked Jaron. I bet you he's got some funny. Wonder if he's got some funny multiple bookings with girls Christmas stories.
That's kind of what I was going to go down, but I won't say it.
I knew where you're heading. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So
no, this year is going to be a little different, but trying to make the most of it for the boy, like with parents being sick this year and all that. But no, it's just to be honest, man, it's a good year. Like we went out as a family and just did some shit last weekend locally. They put on a walk through the community and like in the community hall, and they had like 4,000 people walk through. It was crazy, but
oh wow,
it's like a live walk to Bethlehem.
Yeah,
kind of cool. But it just kind of this year it's all about just making it fun for Cole, and just that's what it's about.
Yeah,
so,
good deal.
Be good.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Well, like I say, it's supposed to be pretty nice on Christmas Day, so I'm gonna go to Mom's, and I might take the skates along. I might swing by Sylvan Lake and go for a skate on the lake or something on the way or something, and maybe bring the lawn chair along. Like I said, it's supposed to be. We're gonna go from 30 below to +1. Yeah, it's like I said, it's minus 32 right now. It's supposed to be +1 on Christmas Day, so it's gonna be a fast change. So
nice. Well, I hope you have a good time.
Yeah. So
yeah,
be different anyhow. That's for sure.
Thank you so much for everything you do, man. This is the group you have going here, man. It nothing but positive feedback, and last night's conversation I'll talk to you about more, but it was knowing that you can help a guy was pretty cool.
Amen. Ain't that the best? That to me, that's been the highlight of my year, was starting this and getting guys involved and having some of the conversations I've had and helping guys out, So, which, by the way, a little bit of a plug there. If you're a young guy, happen to be watching this or come across this, and you're looking for ideas and whatnot, we've got a few young guys in our community that are curious and asking questions about goals and business and stuff. And we got a guy who shared something here today or the other day that was a very, very big help. If you're a young guy and you want to get ahead in life, this guy pointed out some options of how to get into a business for little or no money and end up with some mentors and guys who will guide you and teach you things along the way. This is some very, very, very valuable insight. So it's something you want to get involved in if you can.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear that, man. That's
I caught up on it today, and I was blown away when I read that. It was like, and then watched the video and the demonstration of it. It was like, wow, that's good stuff right there. So,
oh yeah,
legs up for people. So, yeah, and like I say, we've got some announcement tonight, and we're a bunch of us are talking about going down to the Miami Boat Show, so we're going to do an update on that and whatnot. So, if you want to come hang out with some like-minded guys and hear what the plan is there, we're going to chat about that tonight. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Be good. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you're all ready for Christmas? Christmas shopping's all done?
I took the boy out tonight and did the crash course on getting it done as fast as possible. Have to go back to the North Pole some more, but took some time. Took an afternoon with the wife this past week. She works for me, and we just went to the North Pole, and I was like, holy. As they get older and into the lacrosse thing, they have expensive taste.
Yeah,
it's worth it,
Absolutely, yeah. That's I've never got to do that. I bet that's fun.
It's honestly, it's probably the best thing in the world, man.
Yeah, that's one of the things I guess I can look at. Kind of got cheated out on life. I had it a little bit, not the parent, but with my ex relationship, whatnot, my ex stepdaughters had kids, so I got to play Santa. Got to dress up as Santa for the grandkids one year. That was kind of fun.
Oh,
Scared the crap out of them. Like, who the hell is this guy walking into the house?
That's awesome. Hey, do you have any funny stories there, bud?
Yeah. Well, less funny. I've got a good one where, like I said, spent 30 years on the road driving truck, so it allowed me to play the surprise card, because nobody ever really knows where you are when you're going to be somewhere. So I got to play that a couple of times where loads and trips were planned that I'd be able to get through families for Christmas without them knowing. And so there's a couple of times that I dropped in on the family, literally walked in. They had no idea I was there, no idea I was going to be in town, absolutely none. And got to, like, literally the whole family's gathered at brother's place, sister's place, mom's place, whatever the case may be. And they have no clue whatsoever. And I come walking in. So that's kind of cool to play that.
Absolutely.
Fun stories. Yeah. Well, in my 20s, I was not necessarily a good boy. I was dating more than one girl at the time, and accidentally gave them each other's present. So on Boxing Day, I was single.
I won't even go down that road.
We'll expand on that a little bit more behind the scenes. We can talk yeah, I screwed up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
What the hell can you do, man?
Yeah. Oh, hey, at the time it was like, oh, bummer. Or, felt like, I mean, now 20 years later, we can laugh at it. It was funny. It was damn funny. Not at the time. I was young and stupid and I wasn't doing it right. I wasn't completely open. So neither one of them was really aware that there was someone else until that's not my name. It's like, oh, oops. So, yeah. Especially when you realize I'm giving you this one and she's opening it and light bulb goes off that the other present is already over at her place. There's nothing I can do to change this. It's done. It's too late. It's done. Wrath is coming. It just isn't here yet, but I know it's coming.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You live, you learn. Hey, if you don't make the mistakes, you don't have the fun stories to tell.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So,
no, it's been a hell of a good year with you guys so far, and I'm looking forward to the new year.
Good. Yes, me too. So, like I say, next week we're gonna, I'm not gonna really plan a whole lot of topic to talk out, but next week we're gonna talk goals. You're a businessman, so I'm sure you think about that from time to time as well, and so it'll be no, yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, bring it as it comes. So, yeah. So, with any luck, we'll get some guys talking about that, and maybe get some ideas together and whatnot. Because on our community, we're doing a New Year's Day. We're gonna have I'd imagine it'll probably be guys hanging out, having a few drinks, and we're gonna talk goals and what the plans are for the year, and help each other break them down and figure out how to achieve them, and help each other get there. Because that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
It's, getting better and helping each other get better and get where we need to go. So, yeah. So, which, by the way, you and I had a good meeting this weekend with some other people, and hopefully that's going to come to fruition. That could be a pretty good opportunity for us. Looking forward to that. So,
yeah, we'll talk some more about that too. I had another opportunity to land on my lap today. I'll talk to you more about it.
Excellent.
But, we'll go hand in hand with this.
Perfect.
So,
that'll be good. Right on.
Very cool.
Good. Sounds like 2023 is going to be a good year for you too, then.
Hopefully.
Good deal.
Or the nuke drops, we're all dead.
There you go.
Go with your boots on, brother. You have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.
Will do. You betcha. You too. So there we go. A comment from another guy here. Catch you later. Yep. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. So, yeah, like I say, I didn't have a whole lot planned for tonight. Just kind of a fun Merry Christmas, tell some stories, jokes, hang out. We're going to do our after show after a bit here and catch up a little more, tell some stories. What else we got here? See if we've got any. I can't post that one, but yep, you're correct on that one. I agree. That's a very good place to put it. Looks like we're about caught up on the comments there. So anyhow, like I say, that's what I had for tonight. We're going to do the after show. So if you're a member of the community, come on, pop over there in a little bit. I'm going to do my normal thing, take a bathroom break between the two, and we'll get together, tell some stories, get the update on the Miami trip in February. Got some good stuff on that. And then discuss possibly another trip for get together for the summer events for guys to get together. So if you want to, build your network, build your community, we're a good place to be. Help guys get to where they want to be. Like Chris was saying, we got a guy who's going through some hard times right now, and we're talking with him, and, we all do. That is the one thing. This is a happy time of the year, but it can also be stressful. And the one thing that I always want guys to know, a big thing for me, I'm a big proponent of, is men's mental health. It's a tough thing, and guys don't largely have a lot of places to talk. And in my community, you always do. Doors are always open. Phones are always on. If you need a guy to talk to who understands, we have a group of guys that do. And that's who we are and what we're about. So, Merry Christmas. Hopefully everything is great with you. If it's not, and you need somebody to talk to, that's what we're here for. And that's what we do. We have each other's back. And, when you need somebody to help get you through, that's what we do. And that is the biggest goal and assistance of my community and the thing that I'm doing. So if that's something you need to be a part of and want to be a part of, maybe it's the other side. Maybe you're a guy who has things going really well and you can offer help or guidance and whatnot. We want you as well, because eventually somebody's going to come along and need that. And that's one thing I've learned this year, starting this community and working with guys and mentoring and whatnot, is I found by giving and helping out, it's really brought a lot to me. It's taught me a lot about myself, and realized I have more to offer and whatnot than I ever thought I did. So for me, that has been a great gift and something I'm happy to share with people. So with that, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year will be next week. We'll talk goals. Like I say, if you've got some, you want to figure out how to take a big goal, break it down into some little stuff to actually make it achievable and get through it through the year, come join us next week. And we'll figure that out. And goal setting is a hard thing to do. So it's a good subject. We're going to break that one down. And some people who really know what they're doing with that. I'm good at setting really big goals that are really hard to achieve. I'm not great at breaking them down, but I have some stuff that I do know how to do that with. I got some other people who know how to do it better than I do. And that's why I surround myself with smart people who can teach me things to get where I want to go, which is exactly the thing you should be looking for and want and joining up with us. So anyhow, with that, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good one. Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy your time with your people, and have fun. And if not, get a good story out of it and come tell us next year. Have a good night.